back holiday, so I've changed my intro up a bit fucking obvious. Close this fucking door. Close this door, boys. What's it think it's doing? So, I've changed my intro. There we go. I've changed my intro just a little bit because it's like, I look back on some of my old videos, like the old Goalkeeper glove collection that I did, and yeah, even comments said it is so fucking cringy, it's unreal. And I know it is. And I wanted to take a big step in YouTube and stop being that little cringy twat that I once was, and start doing actually decent content for you lot, because it's only fair on you. But today, sort of going back to the goalkeeping aspect, I'm just going to do an updated sort of thing on like what I personally have goalkeeping wise, and just gloves. That's it. And then this channel I kind of want to turn not just about football and things like going back to the abandoned places, going to all these madnesses, sneaking into places, doing shit like this. I want to start getting some decent content, and get away from everyone saying that it's sad and it's pathetic, because I don't care if my YouTube channel is sad and pathetic. I really couldn't give a slight fuck about it. And they only say it as a joke, I know that. But it doesn't hurt me in any way, shape or form. It's not even that I enjoy doing it. Well, I do, but I just do it with my spare time, so I think, why not? It's only how everyone else got there. So I'm gonna just have a look. Yeah, that's fine. The fuck is going on with my hair as well, though? Fucking hell. But I'm gonna get the camera set up, bring the gloves in because they're outside at the minute, fucking hair drying. 1 minute. There. It's gonna be a long video. Fucking look at that water, dickhead. All of them fucking cases. Shit all over the place. But, yeah. I'm gonna get to the video now. Set camera up. Be back in 2 secs. Wow. This is gonna be quite a long video. Fuck me, I didn't realise I had so many. So, I don't know how to start this. So I start off with the shittest. Yeah, we'll do that. So, I don't actually know because all of them here are good gloves, but I'll just go from my favourites down. No, up. I'll go bottom, like worst, and then go up. So my least favourite gloves at the minute, it's tight between those. I'd probably say these UHL Sport ones. I don't even know the proper name to these. I think they're just the UHL Sport Supports, I think. So I got these when I come back from my injury because they've got finger savers in. I got them when I was coming back. Not very good finger savers, fucking clearly. I got these when I was coming back from my injury because my hands was very weak and I wanted to strengthen them back up to how they were. And I just used these ones for matches, but then I moved on to the better gloves, and I've had these about nearly 2 years now, and they have, in all fairness, they have holded up really well. I mean, they have holded up pretty decent to say that I've had them 2 years, but also back then my technique was very poor when I used to land, so it were a lot different. So yeah, there's them out that way. Now I'm going to get on to the next glove. I'm just going to go get that. I should stop talking now. So, sorted. Yeah, I need that one gone as well, that's the same glove. So them gloves there, when I got them, they were £50. All I can say about them is, the grip, the first day I had them, the first day, not the first time I used them, the first day, I spat on them, rubbed it in, whatever, all that cringy shit, but rub it in, that's so cringy as fuck that. rub it in, and it would really grippy. Like, I'd say about as grippy as the Nikes when about as the J4Ks when I first got them. So there wasn't the grippiest. I'd probably compare it to, like, you know, sometimes if card gets wet, like card on a card like this, and then you like pick it up and it can be a little bit sticky, a little bit like that. So the grip wasn't the best, it never fucking has been. But who gives a, I didn't give a fuck back then, I just bought some for the sake of buying them. And then the next ones are like probably these J4Ks now. This was my first ever sponsorship deal with these. First ever sponsored thing with a glove. And I've had them about 8 months, and if you look at the durability on them, and about 8 months ago my technique was ridiculously poor. That was when I was at a down point in my life, and well, it just wasn't good at that time. And they are decent gloves, the only roll finger gloves I have actually, but they're alright gloves, not much you can really say about them. I would recommend them for training, and I was given these by my coach as a sponsorship sort of thing. So I couldn't tell you how much they were, but if I had to guess, I'd say between 25 and £40. Not 40, but yeah. Straps just 2 pieces of Velcro, which gives it a bit away that they want 20. I think they're probably about maybe 20, between £29 and 35. And then next, these fucking, whatever the fuck are these? Night gloves. Now, these were really, really good training gloves when I first got them. But they are like really, really flimsy. I mean, you can screw that up in your hand. That's how flimsy they are, which you probably shouldn't do that with all the gloves, but who gives a toss? I don't use them really that much anymore. And you definitely will not be able to see this on the camera, I don't think, but oh, you might. If you can see or not, the inside of them, so the toweling, is absolutely torn to shreds. Sorry, I keep looking there instead, I should be looking at the lens. It's torn to fucking shreds, and that's not good at all. And there's also a small hole coming there. You can't fucking see that, but the grip on these was quite good at first, and the durability on them has been pretty decent in all fairness. The only down thing is on the first time I ever used them, the Velcro strap, because the 3-piece Velcro thing, where is it? Which one is it? It's this one. There, came off, well, and I had to sew it back on. So yeah, that's what I can say about, what are these? Nike Goalkeeper, fucking hell. Nike Vapor Grip 3s. Those, took them over there and all. Gotta get it perfect, dickhead. There we go. Right, so, that dog's freaking me out. Yeah. So, my next least favourite gloves. It's quite surprising because it was either the Nikes above these, and I was tempted to put these at the bottom because these are UHL Sport Super Grips, and these were, bear in mind, these were £180. Them night gloves was £40. These were £180, and I used them as my match glove. And you just, the durability is quite good there, mate. Customization on that. It'd be easier for you to read it that way. And if you just look at the palm, you can see this is where my technique starts to get a little bit better. So you can see around here there's no scuffing whatsoever, just a little bit wear on the thumbs and that, and a little bit on the tips of the fingers. These were, and the strap as well is a partially stretched strap, not quite, but it stretches a bit of elastic. These were my first ever proper pair of Goalkeeper gloves, and I really like the shock zone on them now. Out of the way you go. This one, yeah, this one's beginning to rip. But these were the first pair of proper goalkeeping gloves I ever had, professional level goalkeeping gloves, what Hugo Lloris wore in the final. And on the inside, to say that they were £180, you can't see that. You can't see that for shit. But all the toweling is ripped up as fuck. So there's no padding there anymore or anything. It just stings when it hits your hand. The latex is still there, and I can never ever remember them, apart from one time in the game, getting the perfect amount of balance of moisture on them to get them so sticky. But yeah, it was just ridiculous. And the black dots on them are supposed to be integrated grip elements, which help you stick to a ball like. But it was literally, that was a perfect example. Like that. They wouldn't stick to your hands at all. The ball just wouldn't grip. And I think UHL Sport has come a long way from them in the last 2 different good models, 3 models that they've made. And I tried a pair of those on at training the other day, and they do seem like really decent gloves, the new ones, because they seem not as grippy, but almost as grippy as my Adidas and my Rush. So the next glove is surprisingly these fucking Sondico gloves. I mean, what can you say about Sondico? These are ridiculously well padded. They've got removable finger savers. Oh no. The Velcro's starting to come off, I've just noticed. But they've got removable finger savers. I'm not going to take more out. I did that in the video before. And the grip on them, these durability is great. Bear in mind, if you look at that grip, these were my Astro gloves. So I used to use these on AstroTurf pitches, and they used to get torn up to shreds. And if I use something like the UHL Sport, there will be holes within the first 20 minutes on boiling or Astro. And it's actually got a stretch strap. And these Sondico gloves were reduced from £60, and they were the very top of the make. And the Aqua gloves, the Aqua Spine Elites, and they are actually decent. They're the only decent Sondico glove I've ever used. Don't want to make it fucking cringy or out, but they are genuinely decent gloves, and a lot of memories with these. If you look on the back, you can see the backhand's wearing a lot, but 1 minute I'm itching this fucking spot. Fucking daft cunt, I can't even get to it. But yeah, they're over there and all. And then it was really hard to pick between these. Wait, no, they grip it great on them when they're wet. These are dry gloves, but they're supposed to be dry when you use them. But you've got both of these gloves are relatively new. These are in the last this is in the last week actually. Them Sondico got, oh no, I said how much they were. So these are my training gloves, and the Adidas Trans Elite Predators. So the new style of the supposedly wrap that they have, that the boots are made out of, like the Nemesis, and they've got a double stretch strap like Sondico's. Well, but that's actually really stretchy. I never realised that. Easy to get in. These are really good gloves, and they're the abrasion zone, which is a special type of tougher latex. So like that's the main area that when you fall, you'll cut up on the glove, and they've all like angled that ridiculously well, and they're fucking white latex, that's Nova latex, and it's a lot more grippy than the Palm latex, and they are just really grippy gloves all round. They range from, at the minute they were on sale actually at £60, but I got them for, when I bought them they were £85, and them I would recommend as some match quality gloves, because the durability, I don't know, I can't say on the durability, but I can't imagine the durability being good enough to last all season as a training glove. In fact, tiniest, oh no, I thought that was a hole coming, but I can't imagine the durability being good enough to last all season on an Adidas gloves. But they are really good gloves so far. The grip wise and durability's been great, but I've only actually one downside to these bastards which I was actually quite upset about when it happened, is, yeah, there. The stitching, now it's never happened to me before, ever on a glove, and I don't think it's a fault with the back. I think it's just a faulty stitch that was in it. I had to sew the glove up there, because there was just a small hole that came, but if you sew, is it going to focus? No, it's not going to focus, but the stitching there, and the stitching, I stitched that up, and I haven't used it since I stitched it, but I should think that's going to hold pretty well. And yeah, now the best pair of gloves that I've got, and the best pair of gloves that I've ever used is, Royce G3 Fusion ones, gloves. So these are weird as fuck, man. But you see how it's got around 4 different coloured spots. There's dark black, light blue, and then the orange, white X. So the dark black ones are for when it's dry. The blue ones are for when it's wet. So there's always, you can hear it there sticking. Wait. You can hear it there just sticking to my hand. It's always all round great grip, no matter what condition. And these gloves are £100, and definitely a great match glove. But these could also be used as training gloves, as on Royce's packaging, the durability claims to be around a 5. Around a 9, and it's a 9 out of 12 as well. So that is pretty decent. So you could use these as the Adidas out of 10 on their own packaging. They said that they are a 6 out of 10. Now that is still decent. For training, you want anywhere between 7 and 10. And they are just really good gloves all round. It's just, I found it a little bit weird that they've extended the latex down here and the strap system. So your hand goes in there. These are also my newest gloves. These arrived this morning actually. Right, and they just slip on, and it's sort of like the old wicket keeping gloves, the original wicket keeping gloves in cricket. Look how far the cuffs go down my arm, and that is the exact size that I have in every other glove. So maybe in future, when I buy Royce's gloves that are in this new cut that they do, I'm gonna buy a fucking, like, a size smaller also, but definitely good gloves. I've only used them once, so I can't really say, but they do seem very good. And another good thing about them is they've got some sort of serum in the latex which forces the mud out when it hits water. And you can see how clean I've got them, and they were muddy as fuck. And yeah, so now I've got a right old fat job on her. Look at that then. I've got to clean them all up. Right, so thanks for watching this video if you did watch it. If you're new round here, what the fuck are you doing? If you don't hit the button then, and yes, I'm quoting someone, if you leave it in the comments, then, well, you're not smart because they're well known. If you don't subscribe, right, except 1 second of your time, if you don't subscribe yet, you're fucking childish. What's the point in not subscribing? You might as well, I'm just kicking this football around. Because I'm like Ronaldo, aren't I, boys? Who's also disappointed about Liverpool final. I know I am. Right, thanks for watching this video if you did watch it. Like I said, if you're new around here, subscribe, hit the like button. If you're already subscribed, press that bell icon, because YouTube can sometimes be a twat and it'll not tell you that I've uploaded. So thanks for watching. Fuck me, that lighting. Thanks for watching this video. And yeah, peace. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. In a bit.